So the light of my life was my mother. She was one of the funniest, kindest people I've ever known in my whole life. The first person I knew, obviously. And when I was about 43, I had made this ridiculous decision, just note, this is not a good choice, to walk 10 5Ks in the last 11 weeks of the year. I didn't understand that. I didn't even know what a 5K was, because the first 5K I argued with the 1 mile sign for like half a mile. Like someone must have moved that sign because it was clearly 2.5 miles. But nonetheless, I decided to do that, and I'm a writer, so after the third or fourth 5K, I wrote an article and published it about my 5K. And because I am always seeking validation from others, that's why I'm standing here right now. Dance, monkeys, dance. I said to my mother, hey, did you read that article? And my mom said, remember, I'm 43. My mother said to me, yes, that reminds me of that time I did that marathon. And I said, what? And she said, yeah, a marathon. It's like 26 miles, I think. I said, no, Mom. I know what a marathon is. I'm confused about the I did a part. How am I 43 and I don't know you've done a marathon? And she said, oh, it was when you were little and they were giving away McDonald's hamburgers. My mother did a marathon for a McDonald's hamburger. Not even a Big Mac, like a hamburger. Sir, a hamburger, not deep fried with blue cheese in it, just a McDonald's hamburger. My mother walked in a marathon for it because she signed up for it and she does what she says she's going to do. This is the story she's telling me. And I said, Mom, what? I don't even know how to wrap my head around that. She said, well, the ambulance people, they made me get in the ambulance towards the end, and I said, okay, what does that even mean? And she said, well, my feet were bleeding, and they made me get in the ambulance. And I said, okay. And she said, but I told them that I had to get out because I couldn't ride the rest of the way because I said I was going to walk, and they'd already given me the coupon for the hamburger, so I had to walk in the marathon. And I said, what? And she said, yeah, so I made them let me get out of the ambulance. They almost wouldn't let me get out. And I said, yeah. I said, but your feet were bleeding. She said, I walked the rest of the way barefooted. Oh, wow. And I said, so what happened at the end? And she said, well, there was nobody there by then. So I just got in my car and drove home. Her car was a Volkswagen that was a stick shift. So this is my mother. This is one story. The next story that she gave me was that she was having a discussion with some of her friends, and one of her friends suggested that she could not walk the track at Central City Park, much less run it. And she said, yes, I can. And he said, no, you can't. And the next thing he knew, they were in the car driving to Central City Park to run the track so that my mother could show him that she could do exactly what she said. And he told me his lesson was never challenge her, because he had to run the track with her because it was 10 o'clock at night. So here are the things my mother taught me from those two stories. Number one, never challenge my mother to something that you're not willing to watch her follow through on. Number two, always do the right thing, whether anybody's there at the end of the race or not. Because integrity is the most important thing you have. And number three, if you say you're going to do something, always do it, no matter what. So that's my story, and that's my life.